Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm using the pre-part method to do some medium size knotless box braids, and we're going to curl the ends so they're going to be goddess, but I'm not going to add any hair to the end of the braids. So it's just showing you how to get goddess braids using a different way without buying extra hair, especially if you don't have the money to buy extra hair. So this is how far we've gotten up to, and now I'm going to show you the top of her head. The hair that we used is the Impressions hair. It sounds similar to Expressions, but it's actually Impressions, and it's in a blue packet. I'm using 2 fingers to do my parting and my boxes, because that's going to give me a consistent size when it comes to the box braid. So I always measure with 2 fingers. This is the lock gel that I'm using, and it's a really good gel by Africa's Best. I would use it again, and it's comparable to jam. So that is the packet of hair that I used. There was 2 Burgandys, which was BG, 135, and a little bit of 99J. And she did wash her hair the day before, and I put some leave-in conditioner in the hair before I started braiding. So this is how I've interpreted the way to do knotless box braids. For me, it's working so far. There is room for growth and improvement, but I am a beginner at knotless box braids, not traditional box braids, but knotless. And I think this is the second time that I'm doing knotless box braids for my model, and I've done it once for me, so I've done it 3 times now. And I'm just going to plait all the way to the end and then tie a knot at the point where I want to stop and leave some of the hair loose. Again, you see me using 2 fingers to measure and part. So I make sure to detangle the braiding hair before I start using the braiding hair, and I make sure to section it out in 3 pieces, small, medium, large, and then I add them in accordingly. I found that using the back of a chair was much easier to kind of separate the hair and lay them out accordingly as to how I want to add them in, rather than using the thread rack. So I still need to get used to using the thread rack, because I've only used it once so far, and for many years now I've been using the chair or a table or whatever is close by for me to hang the hair on. Sometimes we have these fancy gadgets, these fancy tools, and sometimes they are needed, but other times they are not needed. So I still need to get used to the thread rack. Now I'm at the front of her hair. I'm doing the same thing, just sleeking it down with the gel, adding in the hair one by one. And I only add 3 pieces because that's the thickness that I'm going for, and that's the length that I'm going for. If I need to extend the length just a little bit, then I will cut one of the pieces in half and add that small section to the bottom of the braid. And Fun fact, when I'm braiding hair, I like to finish the whole entire braid and then move on. I absolutely hate the idea of braiding halfway down the person's head and then going back to finish it off later. That does not work for me. I would go insane, and on top of that, I'm anemic, so I don't want to be there for too long braiding. I think for me that would extend the time rather than shortening the braiding time. And this is what I mean by tying a knot at the end. So you're going to see what I'm doing in just a moment. Just get a small piece of hair and tie about 3 to 5 knots. Now we're going in for the styling portion of the braids. This is just adding the finishing touches and styling her hair. So I'm going to section the hair into 4 sections. Just loosely attaching some scrunchies. And this makes it so much easier to curl the ends or to dip the ends in hot water. You have more control and you're less likely to burn yourself. I'm going in with all the flexi rods that I have, simply because I don't have enough of one color or size. So I'm using all of the flexi rods that I have, and I'm putting about 3 to 4 strands of braids on each flexi rod, or maybe 3 to 5, whatever fits. And next we're going to dip the hair in hot water. So I've got hot water in that white bowl. She's going to tilt her head down and hold the towel and get it ready to grab the hair and dry it. And the towel is folded in half. You have to fold it in half or in 3 depending on how thick the towel is, because this is what's going to stop you from getting burnt or getting water everywhere. Next, we're going to blow dry the hair. If you notice, we're not putting the blow dryer directly up close to the braiding hair because it is synthetic hair and you don't want it to burn. I am oiling her scalp, and I've just left this small portion for the camera purpose only, but of course off camera I oiled the whole entire scalp. And I really like these castor oil butters. I would use those again as well. That's by Jamaica's Sunny Isle. Next, going in with some mousse to tame the flyaways and help the braids look extra neat. And then you can use a silk or satin scarf to tie your hair down, or even a bandana to tie the hair down and make sure that it does the job of laying the hair down. Basically, that's the whole purpose of adding the mousse and the scarf. And if you're in the home and you're only working with yourself or maybe a family member, a scarf is more cost effective rather than the wrap strips. Now we're taking off the flexi rods, but in reality I would sleep with these on for one night so the curls could come out more tight. That's what I personally would do, but if you're pressed for time, you can do it the way that I'm showing you on camera. So we just quickly dried it because we had to go out after this, but in reality I would sleep with it at least one night and then take it out the following morning and complete the following steps. So if you don't have a sheen spray, you can go in with some serum. I have sheen spray at home, but I'm just using some serum to show you that, you know, you can be versatile with the products that you're using. And this is what the braids are looking like at the roots, at the back, at the side. very nice and neat. We did enjoy the size because usually my hands braid really small for some reason, so I'm trying to get better at braiding larger. I just trim away the scraggly ends at the end of the curls. And this is the end result. So let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.